Well, Andy, a big part of your story I want to take some time and really get into is your health journey. So talk about when your health started to decline. What age was that?
So when I was younger, still living in Canada, I always had different, health elements that held me back. I had asthma, I had chronic fatigue. I was always very active, always in a lot of sports, basketball, volleyball, track, but I was always fighting through something, and I actually thought it was normal. Like I didn't know any different. Like I didn't know what really feeling good felt like. And then I started seeing different specialists and eventually found one in another province. And he found out like I was celiac and that I needed to change certain things in my diet. And he said I would experience changes in my health if I did this. And if I didn't, I would get Crohn's disease and all these sorts of things that I was on the path to get. And so at that age, I had found out that my main thing was that I was celiac. So I cut out wheat from my diet. I became as health conscious as I could. And that did make quite a big difference. Like I didn't have an inhaler after 3 months of eating this way. I no longer had asthma. And I was feeling quite vibrant, like the most vibrant I've ever felt. And then getting into college and marrying Shem. Shem was living off of Hot Pockets and Snicker bars. I don't know if you know what a Snicker bar is, like candy bars. And I just slowly started like not being on top of my health. And it just, before I knew it, I was in chronic pain all the time. And I was probably eating still healthier than probably the average person, or in comparison to Shem, I felt like I was eating healthier, but my body just started shutting down to the point where I couldn't even drink water without feeling like my body was shutting down. Like I had a hard time functioning as a person. And it wasn't until about 6 years ago that I went through, going through a bunch of specialists, different doctors saying, okay, well, you need this hormone or you need this medication and you'll have to take it for life. And I knew that I didn't want to be on a medication because for me, that's a rabbit hole of once you start that, you're going to have other problems and, that's not fixing anything. So I was on the journey to fix whatever was wrong with me. And then I've done a lot of research on this plant-based eating and seen it online and seen these transformations that I truly did not believe. I thought these people were lying. And at the time, I couldn't even imagine eating a banana or a blueberry. That would be something that would make my stomach like explode inside and hurt. And, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. And after I'd seen like different doctors for about 6 months, I just one night just thought like, you know what, this is the way I'm going to have to live. Like, I'm just going to have to live with these problems and there's nothing I can do. And then feeling quite defeated, I just had this thought, like, just try trusting in nature. Like I had read, fruit and vegetables are the most gentle foods for your body to digest. And I'm having such a difficult time digesting that maybe if I just only do those things for, say, 30 days was my goal now, that it would give my body a chance to like reset or something. And so I didn't have a lot of confidence in it. I didn't want to tell anyone because I didn't know what I was really doing. I didn't have confidence in it. And I was nervous to just tell people. So I kept it a secret. And that was the day I opened Earthy Andy, and I was using it as a journal. I said, for 30 days, I'm going to journal. I'm going to just make sure I do it every day and see if I can just get through this 30 days of my health change of using plants to heal.
That's incredible. Preparing for this interview, I went back and looked at your first posts and some of your first posts. Is that something you've done in the last bit? Because I know you now have this incredible account and so many followers, but do you ever go back and look at the roots?
I did like 8 months ago, my husband and I, and yeah, it's so crazy. It just kind of took me back to that very vulnerable time. Like I didn't understand social media. I didn't think people would look at it. it was really a personal journal, and it was a way for me to connect with people that knew what they were doing and doing this lifestyle that I wanted to learn about. And it made me quite nervous when people I knew started to see it. Like even Shem didn't know I was doing it. I kept it a secret from him too. And it
How is that
was,
possible? Talk more about that.
well, I was just, I mean, it goes to show how observative, is that a word? Men can be, maybe. No, so like it wasn't until we went on a date and I had gone to the bathroom or something and he ordered me calamari. It was like this gluten-free calamari that used to be my favorite. Like I loved it before. And I told him, "Oh, I'm not going to eat that." And he's like, "Well, why not?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a vegan now." He's like, "What do you mean you're a vegan?" And I just said, "Yeah, I've been actually for the past 3 weeks. You just haven't noticed." And so the way he didn't notice is I just didn't talk about it. I just made food and ate the part that didn't have meat in it and gave them the normal meal that they would normally have. And I wanted to keep it a secret, partly because I was shy about it. I didn't really want to talk about it. I thought that might discourage me from continuing to do it because I'm very much a like go with the flow. Like I don't want to be stiff and like now I already don't eat wheat and now I'm going vegan. So I just didn't want the attention. And I also wanted to see if I could do this extreme change and no one noticed. And if no one noticed, that's a huge plus for me. Like I can eat this way and, have this certain lifestyle without changing my friends or, your social aspects of life. And so the fact that I got through barbecues, birthday parties, even Easter, where, ham and turkey and all those sorts of things are a main course, no one noticed what was on my plate. And that taught me that no one really cares what each other's eating. And if you don't bring attention to it, then it's just your choice. Like you want to eat chicken nuggets, go for it. I'm going to eat an apple. Like what's the difference, And so that gave a good confidence to me that you can just make your own choices and it's really not that big of a deal.